Do large follicles contain eggs? And this question has been asked. So in fact, when you see a big follicle, will that contain an egg? So let's look at this paper. And it was quite a nice paper which looked at, does a large follicle more than 24 millimeter yield a competent oocyte, an embryo? And this was by Raul Oviedo, who published a few years ago. And this answers a very important question when we do IVF or we decide to do tracking. It aims to see whether large follicle size of greater than 24 millimeter at the time of oocyte retrieval impacts the quality and the competency of the oocyte and embryo. So let's look at the methodology. So women undergoing controlled ovarian hyperstimulation, and they group them into large follicle more than 24 millimeter and normal less than 24 millimeter. So a total number of follicles measured in the normal group, 383 follicles at which considered 89.5%, large 45 follicles at 10.5%. Look at the oocyte retrieved. Normal group 77.5%, large group 64.4%. Oocyte maturity rates similar in both the groups. Fertilization rates, normal group 44.65%, large group 42.22%. Top quality embryo, normal group 30.02%, large group 30.5%. Key findings, no significant differences were seen in the two groups in the cases of mature oocytes or fertilization. Tend towards a higher top quality embryo in the large follicle group, but it's non-significant. And remember, there were a very small number of cases in that group. So what have we learned from this paper? And that is important. The study suggests that while oocyte recovery rate was lower in the large follicles, or more than 24 millimeter, the potential of these oocytes to yield top quality embryos was comparable to that of normal sized follicles. And that's one of the reasons, again, when you measure them, do not start worrying. It challenges the traditional notion that larger follicles may yield lower quality oocytes or may be empty, or they may not produce good quality embryos. And that's probably not the case. And this study suggests that in fertility practice, the focus not solely to be on just size of the follicle and its potential to yield a high quality embryo, but look at trying to allow some follicles to increase in size while the others catch up. So what you're doing is then you're increasing numbers. So if you look at it from the implications of a practice, if you see a follicle or two follicles racing up and going ahead and a larger number of follicles remaining at a slightly 2 or 3 millimeter lower, it allows you to let these follicles come up while these large size follicles may continue to give good quality eggs. So in conclusion, this study provides valuable insights into how follicle size impacts on oocyte and embryo quality, potentially guiding towards an approach where we can understand follicular growth better, see how follicles are growing, wait for follicles to catch up, and in fact, a reasonable number of these very large follicles will continue to have good quality eggs.